Some characteristics of phylum Nemertea consist of a length that ranges from a few millimeters to 30 meters in length when stretched, having a bilateral symmetry, their body being a triploblastic, meaning they have 3 layers of tissue, having a head, which means that cephalization is present. They do not have a body cavity. Their digestive system consists of 2 openings, having vessels that blood flows through, which means they have a closed circulatory system. They respire through their skin, moving by gliding over the bottom using slime and tiny hairs called cilia, having a hydrostatic skeleton that is used for support, movement, and involvement in muscle contraction, does not have a differentiated head, which means it is unsegmented, has no appendages, and lastly, Nemertea possess a nerve cord.
Nemertea live in marine habitats, specifically in the deep sea. They reproduce asexually and sexually. They are also dioecious, meaning they have both male and female parts. The 2 main feeding modes are sectorial and macrophagous. Sectorial means they attach to their prey, and macrophagous means they eat the entirety of their prey. Their locomotion consists of moving slowly with a glide-like movement, leaving a trail of slime. Developmental patterns include having egg cases or capsules when they are formed. Life history includes their initial name being Linus longimus, and they were included in the genus Planaria. There is no known positive or negative effects of Nemertea on humans or in the human realm. Here is one of the 2 evolutionary trees we produced in lab. The first tree consists of the data matrix. The data matrix included traits we observed from the Nemertea. In this tree, the Nemertea is closely related to Echinodermata and Annelida. Here we have the second tree, which is a 16S rRNA sequence. Here, the Nemertea is closely related to the Echinodermata once again, and the most recent common ancestor on this tree is Cyanadaria.
Now, our tree generated in lab is different from the tree published in the journal article. One reason for this may be because we use different characteristics of each phylum than the ones in the published article. This could have created differences in the trees. Another reason that could lead to inaccurate phylogenies is homoplasy. This is where the same character appears in 2 species through convergent evolution instead of both of them having inherited it from a common ancestor. Phylum Nemertea was first spotted by an individual named Aluis Magnus in 1555 and was reported as a marine worm. There were many sightings of similar organisms in the late 1700s, where Nemeretans were described as long sea worms. But the first time its current common name, the bootlace worm, or ribbon worm, was used in 1821. The phylum was then named a few years later, officially in 1851, by Max Johann Sigismund Schultz. Phylum Nemertea contains about 1,200 species, which is divided into 2 classes, and each class is divided into 2 orders. The first class is Anolpa, which is divided into the 2 orders, Paleonemerata and Heteronemerata. The distinctions between these 2 classes are that Anolpa do not contain body armor when Enolpa have body armor with stylets. Both classes have proboscis construction and have a mouth position that is relative to the cerebral ganglion. They also both have body morphology, a gut shape, and a body wall that is muscle layering. They also have a position of nerve cords. Phylum Nemertea are also very diverse in size and length. Some can stretch from a few millimeters to several meters. They're also very diverse in color. Nemertea are free-swimming benethic marine organisms, but there are some that are from deep-sea environments, planktonic, symbiotic, and freshwater species.